Hello then, this is Jack Talks Bikes. I'm Jack, and today we're talking about how motorcycle theft isn't just a crime problem, it's actually reshaping the UK motorcycle industry and insurance markets alongside security tech industries and even your ability or willingness, should I say, to buy a bike or simply get out there and ride the bike that you own. Let's start the video by setting the scene and giving you guys a little bit of context because motorcycle theft here in the UK is a very real problem. 1 in 5 British riders has had their bike stolen. That's around 20% of riders according to a survey that was carried out in April 2024. And across the UK, powered two-wheel thefts routinely total tens of thousands annually. So just to be clear, in the terminology in this video, when I refer to powered two-wheel thefts, I'm not referring to electrically assisted pedal cycles or e-bikes that qualify as bicycles here under UK law. What I am referring to, though, does include throttle-powered electric mopeds or electrical motorcycles. So the kind of bike that needs DVLA registration and insurance alongside the likes of scooters and mopeds, 125cc bikes, and all other petrol-powered bikes. So when you hear someone talking about powered two-wheel thefts or PTW thefts, think scooters, mopeds, motorbikes, all together, everything lumped together, not just big, powerful motorbikes. Now, these aren't just statistics that I'm talking about. They translate into real economic loss. With average bikes in the UK valuing between £6,000 to £10,000 and sometimes even more, that means in the region of £250 million of losses each and every year, borne by the owners and the insurance industry indirectly. Now, one tricky thing you'll hear a lot of riders saying is that it feels like theft is getting worse and worse, like it's completely out of control. But is it really as bad as you think? National theft rates have actually been trending downwards in recent years, which is great news. In fact, in 2025, figures show 9.4% drop in powered two-wheel thefts compared to previous years. And even the hardest hit force, which is the Met down in London, recorded a 7.1% reduction year on year. In 2023 and 2024, police data showed powered two-wheel thefts in the UK nationally had fallen by 7.9%. And when you look at even further back, compared to 2017, well, the levels of theft are down some 20% lower. This is all key because it contradicts the common belief that theft is just getting worse and worse without police intervention or the government stepping in to try and do anything about it. So why doesn't everyone feel that benefit then? Well, first of all, there's social media amplifying fears. There's a real academic research been done in this area that shows that people who consume a lot of information from social media tend to overestimate just how insecure their world really is. People aren't just sharing facts and statistics, they're sharing dramatic, emotional, high-impact stories about violent thefts caught on cameras, or community groups and notice boards on the likes of Facebook and stuff where people are warning them about activities that have happened locally, making them feel that this theft and crime is happening right on their doorsteps. Algorithms on social media lap this stuff up, and then they prioritise posts that get that engagement, which often means the most alarming content spreads faster and gets the most likes and shares. So then more people go about posting it, and around and around and around and around we go. Then there is the individual's lived experiences. Riders tend to talk about what happened to them or someone they know, not national averages. So if you or a friend or a neighbour or someone you know has had a bike stolen recently, then that person's experience overrides the macro trends that are happening nationally. All of a sudden that one local scooter theft or that one damaged disc lock that was cut off in a car park once can colour your beliefs that the whole country situation is going to pot. Finally, things like community Facebook groups, Reddit threads, and local WhatsApp chains mean that theft reporting and sharing is far wider, and it quickly kind of snowballs, and more people find out about the theft that's happened. Whereas when you look back 20 years ago, before the likes of social media and WhatsApp groups, if a bike was nicked, it was only the owner and the police and maybe a couple of neighbours that knew about it. Today, on the other hand, it's posted and shared in hundreds of groups within minutes, and it makes you feel like the problem is absolutely everywhere. So in short, social media doesn't necessarily cause more thefts, but it makes us feel like it's happening much more, and it's much more often and much more local to us than the raw numbers would actually demonstrate. And that alone is often why most riders tend to think theft is spiralling, even when the data actually shows us positive trends are happening. But while theft volume is falling, the proportion of bikes recovered after they've been stolen is much less clear-cut. Industry tracking tech like GPS trackers can deliver very high recovery rates. Some providers report over a 90% recovery from stolen bikes that they track. However, when you start looking into it, the Motorcycle Industry Association acknowledges that fewer bikes that are being stolen are then being recovered by police. So it would appear that whilst there are less bikes being stolen, the ones that are being stolen, less of them are being recovered. Likely because more of the stolen bikes are being shipped out of the country. So yes, less thefts overall, brilliant news, but it is possible that a greater share of those bikes are disappearing into export channels where recovery is extremely unlikely. Now, while both sides of this battle are happening, the criminals are out there trying to make a quick buck and make some money by stealing our pride and joy, and you've got the law enforcement and bikers coming together to try and protect the industry and keep their bikes safe. The whole time that that's happening, there's this huge economic ripple effect happening. And this is where the story goes beyond crime. Take the security industry, for example. This has had big growth in recent years. Motorcycle security isn't a tiny niche anymore. It is really big business. And while the exact UK industry revenue figures are fragmented at best, the market for vehicle security products globally, including trackers and anti-theft systems, was valued at over £22 billion in 2023. And it's projected to grow aggressively with every year that passes by. A sign that there's huge demand for theft prevention solutions from both riders and OEM manufacturers alike. Then there's the insurance industry impact. Motorcycle theft undoubtedly affects premiums and underwriters' strategies. UK motor insurance overall generates £20 billion in premiums in 2024, but theft and claim severity are major cost drivers pushing premiums upwards every single year. Industry reports show higher theft rates are a significant component of cost increases in motor claims, which insurers then factor into pricing alongside inflation and repair costs. So yes, insurers do make more money from premiums going up, but they don't want theft. They're reacting to losses that they've made financially, and they're hedging their bets. So they raise the premiums to reflect higher risks to themselves, not their ability to profit from crime. Now, we also did a video last week where we talked about the motorcycle industry struggling to stay alive and talked about its profitability and its future. And you can watch that video by clicking the pop-up banner at the top of the screen. But off the back of that discussion, there's this quite cynical myth that manufacturers profit from theft. More theft equals more bike sales, right? Well, like I said, it's a very cynical outlook, and fortunately the data suggests otherwise. Theft actually suppresses demand, especially for certain models in high crime rate areas. So the Motorcycle Industry Association itself actually connects falling theft rates with customer confidence, not sales to replace stolen bikes. The reality of all this is that theft actually destabilizes markets, and it increases the cost of ownership and reduces consumer appetite to go and buy something new. So especially when you look at markets for like new or young riders. So manufacturers are just as determined as we are to fight back and prevent their bikes from being stolen. And speaking of fighting back, this video this week, again, is sponsored by the team at LiteLok. Would there be anyone else to sponsor a theft video than the guys that make one of the best security devices currently available on the market? So if you care about protecting your bike, pausing theft before it even starts, then this is a hugely effective layer in your security arsenal. Check out the affiliate links in the description below, and you'll see my LiteLok review on the pop-out banner at the top of the screen right now, so you can go and find out just why this lock is so good. Buying through my link supports the channel. It costs you not a single penny more, but it does help me make more data-driven content like this. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So what can we do as individuals to keep our bikes safe? Well, the main tactic and strategy that you can implement that's proven to work is taking a layered security route. I've done an entire video on this topic, and you can watch it again by clicking yet another pop-up banner at the top of the screen. But in summary, layered security is exactly what it sounds like. Disc locks, plus a chain, plus ground anchors, plus trackers, all at once. Multiple layers of security fitted to the bike. This method drastically reduces theft risk. Using insurance-approved, sold secured rated products where you can as well, things like the LiteLok, as I've just mentioned, will also sometimes reduce premiums as well. And another thing we can do is educate new riders about theft trends and proper security behaviours. Teaching these new riders and returning riders who may have been out of the game for a long time will help them before they become a statistic. The data shows it isn't just about buying locks and anti-theft tech. It's about knowing the risks and how to act appropriately to mitigate that risk. Motorcycle theft is reshaping the industry and our hobby, but not all of the changes are negative. Theft rates, as I've said, are trending downwards. Recovery rates are improving slightly, and riders and industry are fighting back. Now, if you've liked this video or you've actually learned something from it, then make sure you hit that like button below. And don't forget, you can subscribe to the channel by clicking my face over here if you've not done so already. It doesn't cost you a penny, so why not just go subscribe? It is free. I've also launched my memberships now on the channel, so if you're already a subscriber, you can now join my memberships for just 99p, and I'll be posting regular member-only videos and blogs for those of you that do join up. And finally, check out the layered security video I mentioned a minute ago by clicking this video that I've put on the screen just over here. And don't forget, if you head down to the description below, you'll find that affiliate link for the LiteLok if you're serious about protecting your bike. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Whatever you're up to for the rest of the day, I hope you have a good one, and hopefully I get to see you in the next one soon. Thank you.